Restaurants have played an important role in making Indian cuisine a global affair, and some of their creations have gained as much popularity as the cuisine itself. Hello, I'm Ven Paturi and welcome to Eats India. On today's episode of Beginner Series on Indian cooking, we are going to prepare two globally popular dishes, tandoori chicken and butter chicken. Tandoori chicken, or the king of Indian kebabs, is traditionally prepared by marinating a whole chicken and roasting it in a 900-degree Fahrenheit clay oven called the tandoor. Since we don't have a tandoor at home, we are going to modify the technique to prepare a tender, juicy and smoky chicken that's comparable to preparing in a tandoor. So let's get started. So there are three parts to this recipe. First, preparing the chicken. Second, marinating the chicken. And third, roasting the chicken. So we're going to start by preparing our chicken. Here I have a split whole chicken that has been skinned and trimmed to give me about 3 pounds of bone-in chicken breasts and legs. Using a sharp knife, we are gently going to score the chicken skin side up, making 2 or 3 slits about 1 inch apart. The chicken is then going to get 2 rounds of marination. For the first marinade, we are going to prepare a marinade with 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Make a paste of this mixture. Add it to the chicken and gently massage the pieces for a few minutes until evenly coated. Marination not only adds flavor and taste to the chicken, but also tenderizes the meat. So make sure you take the time to rub in the marinade. Set aside at room temperature for about 20 minutes. So let's start preparing the second marinade. In a small bowl, I have 1 tablespoon of warm cream, to which I'm going to add a few strands of saffron and set it aside for a few minutes to soak. In another bowl, mix half cup of hung whole milk yogurt with 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, and half a teaspoon of garam masala powder. Also add in the soaked saffron with cream and mix well. Now we are going to pour the second marinade over the chicken and mix it well until evenly coated. Next, cover the chicken with a wrap and set it in the refrigerator to marinate for another 30 minutes. While the chicken is marinating, we are going to adjust an oven rack to middle position and preheat to 350 degrees. Also, we are going to set a wire rack over a baking sheet lined with a foil to catch any drippings. The chicken has been marinating for 30 minutes in the refrigerator. So we are going to place them on the wire rack, scored side down, about 2 inches apart so they cook evenly. Then we are going to place the chicken in the preheated oven and cook for about 20 minutes until it registers about 125 degrees in the thickest part of the meat. Take note that the pieces might cook faster or slower based on their sizes. Our chicken has been in the oven for about 20 minutes, so let's just check the temperature. And the thickest part of the meat is registering 125 degrees. So I'm going to remove the chicken and set aside. The chicken at this stage is only partially cooked. Smoky flavor and charred marks are characteristics of tandoori chicken. And to finish cooking and achieve the same, we are going to next broil the chicken to get some coloring. Turn the oven setting to broil and adjust the oven rack to the top position. Next, flip over the partially cooked chicken on the wire mesh and place it under the broiler and cook for about 8 to 12 minutes until the chicken gets some nice charred coloring on it. Our chicken looks colored and also the internal temperature has registered 165 degrees. So we are going to remove the chicken from the oven and transfer it into a serving bowl. Rest it for a few minutes. Baste it with a Little butter on the top. Add a few wedges of lime for garnish, and your tandoori chicken is ready to be served. Our next dish, butter chicken, was born at an iconic restaurant in Delhi where pieces of tandoori chicken were added to velvety, smooth and creamy tomato gravy. Our tandoori chicken is ready, so let's get started with the gravy for the butter chicken, for which we are going to start by roughly chopping 2 pounds of tomatoes. We are also going to peel and finely chop 1 inch of ginger and 1 green chili. Next, we are going to heat a pan on a medium-high flame and add 2 tablespoons of butter to it. As it melts, add 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and fry for a minute or so until fragrant. Next, we are going to add the chopped tomatoes to the pot, mix and then add 1 cinnamon stick, 3 cloves, 3 cardamom and a bay leaf. Also add 1 tablespoon of cashew nut pieces and 1 teaspoon of salt. Pour 1 cup of water. Mix well. Bring it to a boil. Cover and simmer for about 15 minutes until the tomatoes become a nice pulp. Our tomatoes have been cooking for about 15 minutes, so we are going to uncover. Oh, the tomatoes look well cooked. Remove the bay leaf, cool if needed, and then add the tomato mixture to a blender and grind to a very smooth paste. Force the tomato mixture through a fine sieve and set aside for later use. Next, we are going to heat a pan on a medium-high flame and add 1 teaspoon of oil and 2 tablespoons of butter to it. The oil will prevent the butter from burning. As the butter melts, add the prepared ginger and the green chilies. Fry them for about 30 seconds or so until fragrant, and then add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Fry for a few seconds and add 1 teaspoon of red chili powder and let it bloom for a few more seconds. Now we are going to pour in the tomato paste made earlier. Mix to blend everything well together and then add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter, and half a teaspoon of crushed fenugreek leaves. Continue to mix and cook the mixture on a medium-low flame, and then add a 1/4 cup of cream to it and blend it well. Our gravy is almost ready, so we are going to take 2 pieces of tandoori chicken and using a fork gently shred them into small pieces and then add it to the prepared gravy. Mix and cook well for about a minute or so. Transfer it to a serving bowl. Garnish with a little cream on the top. And your butter chicken is ready to be served. Our tandoori chicken and butter chicken are ready, and I have a bowl of plain pulao here to go along with it. So let's give it a taste. I'm going to serve myself some tandoori chicken and a little butter chicken. And a little plain rice pulao. Squeeze a lime wedge on the tandoori chicken and give it a try. The tandoori chicken is very juicy, tender, and has a nice smoky flavor. And let's try the butter chicken next with a little rice. And the butter chicken is nice and creamy. The chicken pairs so well with the tomato gravy. Excellent, excellent. So there you have it, from our kitchen to yours. Tandoori chicken and butter chicken. Until next time, namaste and thank you for watching Eats India.